Greetings to all. I am Dr. Ashok Kumar Katta, Program MBA, Department of MBA, Vistas, Subject Operations Management, Semester 2. Today, the topic for the presentation is on process planning. What is this process planning and why this topic is so important for study? Process planning is especially in the production and operation management where you are going to start the process of your manufacturing and how are you going to finish the entire process of the production. In between, whatever is happening is all are part of the process planning. Here in this session we are going to see and talk about functions of process planning. Who does process planning? Process planning consists of what? Information required for process planning. Then last one, factors affecting process planning. Now the first one will talk about the introduction about process planning. This is a parameter where the companies will able to understand from the starting stage to ending stage what are the steps are there and each and every step how we are doing an effective process of to converting or to produce an output in one process to another process, how we are transferring about input will be noticed, will be knowing about by the production and operation managers by seeing about the process planning. The process planning, which is starting from, I said, input to output. As per the technical term, they are saying that from the designing of the product to completion of this manufacturing product, which means in the point of the design, what kind of product we are producing, what is the outline of the product. We need to think about as per the customer point of view as well as what are the hiccups in technical, non-technical errors relatively we are going to design about by the product. So from designing to manufacturing of the product, everything is going to be comes under a process planning. Already you are assassinating relatively you are going to prepare a planning for how are you doing and what you are producing also to be knowing with the help of by your effective planning. Now the first one, the functions of process planning. To determine basic manufacturing process, each and every company their manufacturing process same or maybe some kind of differences are there, but being a manufacturer of a product you should know what are the major base points for to determine your manufacturing products. By knowing about certain determination or the basic elements, you will be manufacturing of the product. To determine sequence of the operation, manufacturing of your product is a one task. Another important task is to be knowing about the sequence where we started, what is the next step, and after that the next step we should know about each and every step sequence in our mindset so that it won't be have any kind of delay of regular operational aspects. Being process planning manager, they will be decide, they will be guiding in a better way of how you have to start, how you have to be complete based on one or two events. Once you are completed, you will be thorough, you will be knowing very clear about what is the next step or next sequence of the operations. Here we can see an example like a technical guy. Whenever there is a problem in the machine, definitely he will tell 4 or 5 important points. If you check the 4 and 5 important points, you will be come to know that where it was happened of the error. Here also in the point of the sequence operation, when you are doing n number of activities such a long time, being an experienced employee, you will be knowing about in a fingertips of what is the next sequence of the operations. Next one, to determine the equipments and tooling required. Being a manufacturing of a product, knowing about a machine performance and as well as if problem comes, what kind of tools you are supposed to use it for immediate solution or to make it by the repairs, also to be known by the each and every individual or employees at the organization. Who does processing this planning? Traditionally or in the current scenario also, each and every process they will be appointed by one separate managers to monitoring about by the each and everything. They will be called it as an engineering managers or process managers. Here the process manager before starting of the process they will be observing the entire chain of process. If they found any kind of errors and defects, then immediately they won't be start by the production process and they will guide to the other people. We have to wait for some time. I found some kind of errors. After rectification of the errors only he will permit to continue of the production process. Here also in the factories or in the layout in the plants they will be talking about engineering drawing. Even for our house also we will be having a blueprint where the master bedroom will come, where the car parking etc. Here also in the factory a civil engineer which is going to draw a picture of blueprint. Based on that they will start by the construction of the work, and moreover based on what kind of product you are producing relatively you are going to arranging by the machinery layout also at the same way. Here some of the details all the time will be focusing by the process planning delegates, that is who is the specialist, what kind of tools they will be use it for to design new things, because everybody after some kind of experience they are specialist in their domain. When they are expert definitely they are coming with the new ideas, new designs for effective implementation of their plans and strategies. Now we are going to see the process planning consists of what? First one, sequence of operations to be performed. We have n number of operations for manufacturing of a material to finished product. All these operations are we need to be performed by effectively. Then only the production process will be come out with 0% of defects. Select the proper machines. Sometimes the employees will be choosing the wrong machine and they will be expecting some other output. It won't be come out. By the time being an experienced employee or a process planning when you are following, you should know after A you have to use about B machines. By knowing about proper arrangement of machines, they won't be check about anything. By default they will move on to the immediate next machine for doing of the immediate process. So like that also the process planning manager or in the process planning they can be do it. Selecting the proper tools. Here the tool is maybe a machine or a methodology, something they can able to choose it for arrangement of the entire layout. Most of them they will do errors by selecting of the wrong tools, and ultimately the production quality quantity also will be decrease a lot. Material to be used. Each and every process planning, it definitely there will be an intervention of the materials. Without proper input materials, it won't be come out. They won't do any kind of production of materials. Specifying the inspection stage, because being an experienced person, already I said 4 or 5 points they will be identified whenever the problem comes. And moreover, these 4 or 5 points, if any employee was doing work without any errors, which means we can say they are the skilled employee. In the inspection stage, if they found 0 defects, then definitely they will appreciate by the employee. And moreover, the entire process planning, whoever is monitor also to be appreciable, because you are arranging everything according to the requirement of each and every one. Here the arrangement of each and everything which is going to be representation of the speedily we are going to working with the machine, the feeding of the material which is going to be successful, the depth of cut which means representation of in the deep cutting or else the length also to be properly done by the institutions. Information required for production planning. Knowledge of various manufacturing process. If by manufacturing of a sugar, they will follow one kind of process. In the manufacturing of a beverages, one kind of process. Manufacturing of a two-wheeler, another kind of process. So each and every process, what is the input, processing as well as output. Each and every stage to be known by the employees. After that, only they will be able to do any kind of experiments on that. Engineering drawing of the component. Now we are going to be using or manufacturing of a product. Relatively, the machine should be up to the mark. For that, we need to design by the component for our safety, as well as because of your component, the production may increase. That may show a positive impact also in the market. Many other reasons will be taken care of by the a small tool or component also. Knowledge of various tooling and fixtures. Everybody will be talking about only the manufacturing of the product, but selecting the right tool which is going to give a value addition for the in the existing product. Relatively, cost elements also we need to be understood about to minimizing of the raw materials. This is an indirect important planning of the organization, because when the raw material cost was low, when you are producing more product, or sometimes because of the damage of material, the quality of output will not come, or it may damage indirectly or directly of the machines also. Being an experienced person, by seeing the materials, by seeing the selection of the tool of somebody else, he can able to identify easily whether you have chosen right one or that was a wrong or a negative for the institutional development. Resources available in the factory. Every organization, mostly they will be having a sufficient resources that can be used for effective producing of the product. If in case you are feeling that the materials are short, it needs some kind of refine or fine tuning, then definitely you can be do with help of by the an effective processing. Ability to do computations on machines time and cost. Being a processing, planning, organizing or implementing person, you should know about what is the calculation of the machine time as well as cost. If you see a real-time example by buying a projector itself, when you are buying, the manufacturers will give the capacity of the projector is 1000 hours. More than on that, maybe 100 or 200 hours it may work, or sometime it won't be work exactly by the duration 100 more or less. Being a manufacturer, when you are giving a time, you have to give that proper instructions also how to use about by the machine, so that definitely people will be following those things. Definitely they will be getting a very good usage of the product. Knowledge to use reference books such as machinability data handbook. Every place there will be a user manual about to the usage of the product for the customers, user manual for the employees whoever is using, or the employees who are all working with the machines. Definitely they will be more effectively operating by with the help of or by studying of the user manuals. Next one, factors affecting the process planning. When you follow a good process planning, definitely your production method also to be important one. What kind of method you are following for production, like piece wise, time wise, or any other kind of method you are following, that should be knowing. Not only to knowing about by the method, but also that you should know about what kind of tools, take machines you are using at the organization also will be definitely influence on your manufacturing of the product. Size and type of raw material. Here what kind of material you are using for manufacturing of your product. If it is a cheaper grade material, then the cheaper products will be coming out. Sometime what will happen, which may damage your machinery also. Process capability. In the process capability, we should knowing about by the how far this will be success, any kind of changes are required that can be do or done by the companies, quantity to be manufactured, delivery dates of the products. These are all directly or indirectly influencing on your process planning. Thank you.